Hello.
Hi, audio on.
You can hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let me get this done. You have a quite the hippie background there.
How about that? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Looks great.
So, have you done one of these before through through what is it?
Emerson?
Calendly? Through
Um, yes. And I just set up a calendar for myself too.
Oh, you did. Okay, because
Yeah.
I'm just getting used to it myself.
Yeah, what's it like?
It's from my point of view, it's a little complicated, a little
Yeah.
difficult to understand, but like there's right now on the screen, there's an entry for the note taker. I'm not
Oh,
really sure
I think that's
how
a
that.
Zoom thing.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, you might be able to turn off. Zoom
Well,
Zoom keeps adding new AI stuff.
yeah. Well, as long as it just sits there, we're okay because I can see
Yeah,
you fine.
right.
You can see
Uh,
me okay?
Yeah, sounds
Okay.
good. And I'm really glad that so I saw your video with Emerson like I think yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And then I went right on your calendar and your appointment was for this morning. So I was really like, man, I hope he gets the notice.
Yeah.
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 So
Sometimes things sometimes things can happen pretty fast.
right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's working so far.
It's working so far, and it's wonderful to meet you.
Yes. I had a chance. I took a quick look at some of your videos. Uh, you've got quite a few out there.
I do.
Looking good.
Yeah, yeah. I post them regularly. You know, it's funny. Well, funny. I mean, yeah, it's funny. You know, I have been awake since like 1990 and
Oh,
running around through, like the new age marketplace,
wonderful.
trying to talk to people and not having a whole lot of success at
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Because, and I'm really curious your experience on this too, because we're kind of the same generation, I'm guessing. You know,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm 73 years old.
I got you
Yeah.
by what? By five?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm a 1953 baby.
Well, yeah, we're still from like the World War II years,
Right,
right?
right. 1950s. Growing up white people in the 1950s.
Yeah,
I mean, people don't appreciate just the deep illusion of what safety and superiority we were under.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, I don't remember much of it, but it happened.
Well, they say if you can remember it, you weren't there
Oh,
in the 60s, right?
okay.
Anyway, so it's funny. So I've been doing Dances of Universal Peace, which is kind of like this whole world, people put you on events everywhere, and I'm a musician.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
yeah, so I love doing that and leading dances. And the reason I really like leading dances is because I'm able to just talk to people with music.
Uh,
Because trying to figure out how to talk to people with words is hard.
yes.
Unless you just want to talk about the weather or how's your dog.
Well, that's interesting because I just did a video where I said something on the front of it. I forget, it was something about music, um, basically saying that it it's maybe easier to sing it than to say it, something like that. It's something about music that it's like another pathway of some,
You can get inside it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And so what's so cool about the dances of universal peace and the reason I was drawn to it in the first place, because I was already awake when I first found the dances. And I decided, oh, I want to be a dance leader because this is the perfect way for me to reach people.
yeah,
You know, like on a genuine, I don't want to say heartfelt because that's just so, banal these days, but to like really reach people. But what's cool about the dances, so in our world, music is turned into performance, right? You sit there and you watch the performance, or if you're a musician, you try to be a performer. But
uh-huh,
in the dances, what we do is we get a whole bunch of people into a circle, and then the dance leader teaches everyone how to sing a phrase and move with it.
right,
And so everyone gets right inside the music.
uh-huh,
Body, voice, mind, everything. And everything's connected, right?
yes,
People are connected. And so when we get together in the circle like that, it's just like this instant happens.
uh-huh,
But the problem I've been encountering is that there's so many people that want to be dance leaders. And so to go to all the events, I work with all these other dance leaders. And they're all just teaching rote stuff that they read in a book
oh,
somewhere, And so I have a really hard time getting an opportunity to actually speak, And so years and years and years into it, I realized, unless I can get an opportunity to speak, I can't learn how to speak.
yeah, that's true.
It's like it's not going to just
It,
happen, right?
it
So
have,
that's why I started doing the YouTube channel.
okay,
I figured at least the camera listens
yes,
to me. And it's been really, really good because it has really helped me kind of work out how to make words come out of my mouth and be able to tell what makes sense to other people or not.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just getting started in that area.
How's it going?
It's going slowly, but it's just happening as it happens. The the technology part of it's a little bit what slow
Mm-hmm.
on my end,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, I'm I'm just following uh, an interest. You know, the story here is that well, about 4.5 years ago, I disappeared, and I was taking my wife to the chiropractor, and she'd go in there, and I'd just listen to the Beatles channel in the car, and and one day I just wasn't there.
Cool.
My hands and feet were there, uh, but Steve wasn't there, and that just continued. And
Was that before or after you had a meeting with Emerson?
that was before. So
Oh.
I just started looking around for an explanation for the disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it didn't take very long. And you know, listened to a number of people, uh, and was attracted pretty quickly to this radical non-duality, and was listening to videos there, and then Emerson's name popped up because he was doing nothing. I think it was nothing. What was it? Nothing media, something like that.
Oh, mm-hmm.
And he was doing retreats, like weekend retreats. He just fell in my lap. he fell in my lap, and I did a retreat, and I the first day of the retreat, I was the first one to ask a question. I went to ask him, "What's all this disappearing about?" And he started talking to me about emptiness and fullness and stuff like that. From because at that point he was doing more radical non-duality. Now his talking is taking it's taken a very different turn. So he's mostly just doing one-on-ones.
Hmm.
Very little of his very few retreats and very few meetings and that sort of thing. Mostly just one-on-ones. Anyway, I've been observing his activities this whole time, and when he started doing the one-on-ones, I was definitely interested, and I actually did a couple of one-on-ones a couple of years ago, and now it's just something that I know I'm interested in doing, so I'm just doing what I do about it.
Well, I
We'll
just
see.
love to stay in touch with you and hear what you learn while you do it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
why not?
And I'm kind of doing my own version of it too. So, but I realize so it's interesting. You know, in a way it's kind of fun being really old
Oh,
because because we've watched so many changes come along
yeah,
and so many
yeah,
things happen, right? And so I remember I'll use your same word, you know, when I first disappeared, um, my thought was like, how can I talk to anyone about this? You know, I can't. And so that, I mean, what do you say, right? And so I started just really studying, you know, like Rumi and, you know, all sorts of different things, which they're talking about the same thing.
yeah,
Like Rumi has the one poem, what, out beyond all thoughts of right and wrong, there is a field. I'll meet you there,
yeah,
right? That's the exact same thing, except the spiritual marketplace has like turned it into a thing.
yeah. It's it's the thing that's not a thing.
Right, right. And people think they can teach it before they've disappeared. Teach about disappearing through thought, right?
Well, that's another way of disappearing. That's the disappearing that's caused the difficulty.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like it's kind of like a societal virus, mental virus or something.
Yeah, it, the person has never disappeared. They just somehow got took a detour, and they don't realize they've taken a detour.
They've become very sophisticated about the detour.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And teach. You know, and therapy, you know, which is needed and valuable and good, but all it's doing is trying to make the separation more comfortable
right.
for for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been interesting watching everything evolve because, like, for years and years, here I have this fabulous musical uh, art form
uh-huh,
that I can do. And, but I just still, you know, and I have to use the word fail just because it's just the only English word that um, uh, describes just the constant inability to say anything about it. And so, I've tried all sorts of different things and but always I'm like, like you, I'm just like looking, who is able to say this in a way that makes sense? Kind of how can I learn to do this better? And so it's so fun to run across Emerson and Trina Dawn too. I've met with her too, just, to have a talk and
Yes.
uh they've nailed it.
Well, it's 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 almost the opposite of talking.
It's the opposite of talking about it.
Right.
Right.
Even even the talking, even the talking is going in the wrong direction.
Right.
So so there's always the talking and then the talking about not talking. It's a combination.
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot of talking that goes on, and and that's fine too. Well, I mean, talking in general, uh, it, it's just something. It's just a tool that we happen to have, and it can be fun just to talk,
Mm-hmm.
just to blab, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Uh, it's and it's fine, but this this clarity that's here, that's always here, that clarity has become a real common word for it now. It's it that doesn't even describe it. It's just you know, it's just a name. It's just a name arbitrarily given to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just like all objects have arbitrary names that when you stop when you stop um, when you stop really living the language so much, you can see. Like I'm in an office here, and I'm constantly looking out in the neighborhood, and there are plants out there that have certain names, but like there's a lemon tree over there, but the lemon tree doesn't it doesn't care if it doesn't care what it's called, and sometimes the words that are given aren't really appropriate or accurate, but
That's so interesting because really we've named the lemon tree only about the commodity that it gives us,
right,
right? Instead of some quality of its actual beingness. It's a commodity to us.
yeah,
I
and
ran across a fella, well, online, haven't met him in person, wish I could. Um, he's a Native American, I have to call it wisdom teacher. His name's Tink Tinker.
uh-huh,
And he lives, I think, like in Boulder, Colorado. And he's been working at a teaching at a school of divinity there for like decades.
okay,
But he grew up with native elders and learned his native language. And I'm embarrassed. I can't remember what his tribe was. It's not Lakota. So I'm sorry, Tink, I forgot. But he has some really good books that you'd really like, and find some of his videos online too. Tink Tinker.
okay,
And what he says is that the problem in our heads is English, that native languages actually described reality in ways that was all about the relationship between things. Whereas English, our whole language is based on nouns and verbs, nouns particularly, so we name things. And as soon as we name the thing, we turn it into an object separate from ourselves.
And so Indians name things in relation to themselves.
Well, yeah, so he says that like all indigenous languages, so like pre-civilization, um, the languages were totally intertwined, not just with the people, but with the landscape itself, with the so just imagine living on a landscape and an earth that you consider to be as conscious as you are. And you're taught that from the very beginning. And so if you're everything around you is conscious, then your language is naturally going to be about the relationships you have between all the things that are around you. So he says his language is a verb-based language. They
Uh,
don't really have nouns. And so
that's it.
that's interesting because you can even think of English, like English is what's infecting us
Yeah.
and making our consciousness so separate and agonizing.
Well, that's interesting because it might be it might be easier as as an indigenous American to see what's here naturally and actually not even get lost.
Never get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then I've been studying like actually timelines of human beings, and they say that, anatomically evolved human beings have been around for like 300,000 years. But civilization is kind of like just a disease that has come in the past few thousand years. But for most of that time, we were able to live awake, aware
Uh-huh.
where we are. And so I think that's a really cool way to look at it because I think it shows that we can step back. I mean, we can wake up, we can globally, we don't have to be mentally sick the way we are. Because our nature, right, is clarity.
Yes. Well, I wonder I wonder how Eve eating of the apple uh, fits in that timeline.
Right, right. The story of Eve eating the apple, right?
Right.
So maybe that was kind of like, what if there was still really lots of awake people around and they were looking at these societies that were becoming divided, and the divided societies were conquering everyone else, right? And winning the battles. And so they're like, what happened to these people? And they're like, oh, ate the apple and went into darkness. The
Yeah.
apple of good and evil. Wasn't it something about good and evil?
Was
What
it
was
was a tree of knowledge.
right?
Um,
Oh, the tree of thought.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what it was.
basically.
Right. Stuck in thought.
Uh, because the reason I'm asking is because Emerson has talked about uh, there's apparently someone doing this one-on-one in Japanese, and he
Oh,
was saying he was saying the Japanese language, which I've got some experience with. Apparently, it's maybe more open, just like you were saying the with the uh, indigenous people, the language the language was not um, what obscuring.
not as linear, maybe.
Uh, Well, the Japanese language, have you done any Japanese? Okay, well, it's got a lot of different forms to it. Mostly it's just very polite, different levels of politeness. Uh, so there may be something to that.
You
Um,
know, but it's politeness mixed with respect.
yeah,
And I think if I notice, probably one of the biggest symptoms of our division is just lack of respect for each other, lack of respect for the things that are around us, but yeah, they're very polite, but it seems to be based on a really deep respect.
but they also have like when you see Japanese men together, just
Hmm.
men, they've got their own almost their own dialect. It gets very rough, and words are said differently. Like there's a difference between in Japanese, the Japanese word, the polite word for Japan is nihon,
Hmm.
nihon.
Hmm.
But there's also an aggressive form of the word called nippon.
Hmm.
So they can change just the way that they say,
Hmm.
or they change a couple letters, and it can change the not so much the meaning, but the feeling, the feeling.
Right. Huh.
So Japanese men can just be super rowdy, and they drink a lot, they're loud,
Hmm.
and they're speaking this loud form of Japanese,
Oh, interesting.
which
Interesting.
which is um, it only happens, in certain conditions, under certain
Mm.
conditions. Otherwise, there's generally a polite form of Japanese that's spoken, the desmas form
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
spoken mostly.
Well, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I think like Japanese women are very not equal
Yes.
there. And I think that's one of the uh, things you'll notice most about what we call civilized cultures
Yeah.
is that women are objects and owned and not really listened to. So, but that's cool that when the women are around, they behave themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
yeah,
it's all interesting
it's all very
stuff.
interesting. Yeah, yeah. And so I think that that could be a nice avenue for someone to like want to come into the direct pointing. Because it's like we're going to go beyond language
Yeah.
here.
That's the only thing that really works. I when when I went through the this falling away of the me, that it just happened seemed to happen on its own. Uh, there was a lot of retreat talk, uh, which didn't really go much. It didn't seem to go anywhere. In fact, I don't remember. I don't remember much of what was said there. Uh, it was just somehow something got started after talking with Emerson, uh, that just started and then finished, almost happened on its own.
That's so interesting because it's like reality like exists. And so it just always wants to bubble up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
All you
always it's always bubbling.
Right. So all you need is just a little crack for it to start bubbling through, maybe.
yeah, just and then maybe that crack uh gets encouraged the more the bubbles happen and until there's an opening of some kind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One of the things I've done with my YouTube videos is I've done them kind of in little orders, because
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to think of something to say, right? And so I'll put together like a whole series of things I want to say, and then I'll say, do the video, and then I'll get the transcripts and edit them up and turn them into books. So I have a whole bunch of books that I've
Oh,
written,
okay.
and they're on Amazon. And one of the ones, I call it Retelling the Story of God. And the point of the whole thing is that everyone thinks God is so hard to find. All the religions are trying to, this is God, that's God. And I said, the real problem with God is that no matter what religion you have, all sorts of people break through the crack.
Yeah,
So it doesn't really matter. Catholics, there's all the saints, it's like whatever religion there is, just people breaking through the cracks all the time because that's our nature.
yeah,
And that's the point of what I was trying to say in that book. So that's cool that you say the same thing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I right now this 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 change has been going on for, well, it's not even a change, but for the past 4 years now, things have been unfolding, and and there is something constantly changing, constantly different, um, and the same, different and the same both.
Would you say that it's kind of like, the essence is the same, of course, but your way of being able to modern humans speak about it and interrelate with people about it is what's changing.
I'm mostly just looking at the feeling that's there,
Mm.
the way things feel. Um, it's in the past, I did something called Live Now Life Counseling
Right,
for,
I saw that on your website.
for about 40 years. I
Uh-huh.
did that. And it was there were in that environment there were moments of bliss, uh, frequent frequently, um,
You mean while you were working with people?
just going about daily life.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Um, Yet uh, apparently it wasn't it the whole time. So uh, someone had said that that 40 years of Live Now may have had something to do with the disappearing, but it's hard to say.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it did. Why
But
wouldn't it? Yeah.
but now now it's just with without overdoing the language, it's just things are just wonderful. They're just whatever's going on is just comfortable. Just
What I really
Very-
liked on your website was where you were talking about doing the live now, and then you said now you're going to do the one-on-ones and you're going to focus on that. And you said something like, because this is the most important thing, something like that, or because this is important to do. Do you recall that from your website?
I know I just made a change to it, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember what I said.
Wait, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that's true. I mean, it's kind of like this is the thing that's like bubbling up everywhere.
Oh, I did say that there was, yeah, that when this change happened, it was so significant that I just stopped doing Live Now. I did say something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I left the description of Live Now in there
Yes. Mm-hmm.
just just so uh, it would be apparent what the difference was.
Mm-hmm. Well, and hopefully you'll write some more about that as time goes on too.
Well, we'll see. I did I did a bunch of YouTube Live Now sessions with one person, and it's still on YouTube, but I don't refer to it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
it's there.
what's the difference? Live Now is working with the story
Well,
and one
basically,
on
no, it used very distinct techniques. The guy who started it worked with schizophrenic
oh, interesting.
uh, patients. So it was an alternative, basically an alternative to schizophrenic or a secondary or a form of counseling to be used with schizophrenic
Mm-hmm.
patients. But it was all about seeing the thoughts as not not us, the
Right.
thoughts as not being us, and that the biggest technique was giving the thoughts a name, like
Oh.
like brain
Oh,
or head or Bosco, whatever you wanted to call it. So when the thoughts would say something like, "Oh, you're going to be late to work," or "I'm going to be late to work," you can say, "Well, what are you talking about, brain? You don't have a job.
ah,
I do."
yeah,
Okay, but that response, "I do," means that there was still an observer,
right.
still a thought.
Mm-hmm.
The observer is still a thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference between live now um, and non-duality,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or at least the way that it's being seen here. Um, there's no longer an observer.
Right.
There's just clarity doing what it's doing.
Right. There's not two things happening.
Yeah,
Right. One thing that I notice in like Emerson's and Trina's one-on-one talks that they post is that the people who see it are immediately able to identify thoughts as thoughts.
yeah,
Then they're like, oh, that's a thought. Oh, that's a thought about a thought.
right.
And then they're like, oh, wait a minute, thoughts are coming in again.
Yeah.
And I think that's fascinating.
Well, some people don't. They don't see it for
Ah,
a while. They don't see it for a while, or um, they don't see what the thoughts are doing that are holding things up. Like Emerson talks a lot about the next. Have you heard him talk
hmm
about the next? Uh, well, he basically talking about there not being a past or a future.
Hmm.
Okay, well, the thoughts have their own way of dealing with that uh, in such a way that they're disguising themselves, or they're so familiar that the person doesn't realize it's thought. It's thought that's doing a certain thing in a different way or under a different description.
They stay addicted to the thought because they don't see it.
Well, much of what happens in the one-on-ones is people waking up to what the thoughts are actually doing.
Right,
And it takes a while because those patterns, that programming's been going on their whole life.
right, right.
And then once it's seen, even then, the programming is built in. It's got an inertia, and it will keep coming back. So much of what's talked about is when it comes back, when it comes
Hmm.
back, right? Which is in current terminology is in the next. It's happening in the next.
Right.
Uh, the brain or the thoughts have already gone to the next,
Hmm.
which is the future, looking for something or other to happen in the future. Or they'll
Hmm.
go to the past to bring up something from the past that they're afraid of in the future,
Right.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
much of it is just talking about the nuts and bolts of how the thinking operates, so it can be seen and not believed.
Right.
So there's a lot of that kind of talk. The nice thing I like about Trina is that she uses this guided imagery approach,
Uh-huh.
which I haven't actually used it with anyone yet, but I probably will. But it's a nice way of introducing somebody that's not done any um, seeking
Hmm.
or done very little seeking uh, to the clarity that's here. She, it's just the way that she guides people into that clearness.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes she'll do a combination of that and uh, and the way that Emerson talks
Right.
to
Hmm.
people,
Yeah, using just a series of questions. And it's so interesting because it's always questions that can't be answered.
right?
And so that's the trick right there. Like, what's your next thought going to be?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, ideally, uh, questions will come up like, uh, "What are you without the eye that's looking? What's there without the eye?" This is where uh, Emerson talks about subtraction coming in, where he'll remove things,
Right. It's
or
so interesting because I mean, I've heard Emerson and Trina both ask that question like on a video,
yeah,
but Having you ask me that question directly like that
Yeah,
was a totally different experience.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. There is a difference.
there's a total difference. Because, yeah, because I would watch the videos and I'm like, how are people seeing that? But the second you asked me that question, I was like, oh, right.
Yeah, it's the same
Oh,
with
because it's in the now. It's not a video of the past, maybe.
s- somehow you somehow maybe you're feeling like it's now that you're here now. And in this arrangement we have, which may be different from just observing somebody else's interview.
Right. Well, thank you for that because that just really gave me a really clear sense of, I don't want to say how powerful it is, how immediate
Yeah.
it is when you're actually in conversation with somebody.
Well, it happens with a number of questions. Like a popular one now is, what are you without language? So you have an opportunity to actually look or feel without language.
And it's so interesting because when you look without language, there actually is something there.
Yes.
I know that's the wrong way to say it, but because when you're addicted to language, you think that language is the only thing that exists
Well,
and that you can't exist without it because you think that's you. But it's like, what are you without language?
right.
And there is something there.
And if you take a walk, eh, take a walk without language.
Hmm.
It's it's different. It's really different when you stop. Basically, it gets you out of your head when you're walking.
Hmm.
And
Like, what is the limb tree without the name?
well, yeah, you start looking at everything that's in your surroundings. It's all the same stuff that's there every day.
Hmm.
But if you're not if you're not talking, if you're just being silent, there's something else. Um, something else is seen. The silence is seen,
Hmm.
and everything that's there in that silence is seen as silence. It's different. It's almost like it's seen. The language is not even necessary.
Right.
Just like we were talking earlier with different indigenous languages. The difference there may be that maybe that indigenous language is almost like silence.
Maybe the words of it, because they're taught to you when you're very young in such a totally different way,
Yeah,
the meanings are less grasping. So
yeah.
I read this one book by, let's see, the guy, I probably can't say his name, Elkurion something. Anyways, he's a not an Eskimo, but an Inuit, way north,
Okay.
on I think it's the Aleutian Islands up there. And he's a native. And he was talking about being raised by an elder. So cold and snow, and so he's out with this elder, and the ocean and the snow, and it was this beautiful day, and he's just a little boy. And he goes, "What a beautiful day."
Yeah.
And the elder looked at him and said, "You don't have to define everything."
Yeah.
Right? Right? And so
That
I think
comes
that's,
from that comes from a culture that has like 20 words for snow, 20
yeah.
different something like that.
Yeah, but still all those words for snow are going to be about the relationship of what's happening. So I think the kid probably he also spoke English, right? Because
Oh,
they were conquered by the English a long, long time ago. So he probably said that in English, "What a beautiful day."
yeah.
And that was the elder's response. So it made the English stop. And
Yeah.
instead you could just be there in the day. So that
Yeah.
just goes to show we can step beyond it. And maybe that's the most important thing I want to learn how to say. It can be stepped beyond. It can be, there's a cure. You can see I don't know how to say it.
Yes, it's a way of a way of stepping. It's like
A way of,
it's almost like it's almost like you need to trick yourself to take a step.
that's so interesting you say that because so my awakening moment, I got tricked.
Oh,
Yeah. And so, okay, so remember Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, right? The Rolls-Royce guru. You
what's his
remember?
name?
Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh. They
Oh,
call him
yeah.
Osho
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
right? So I was a sannyasin, and he had moved back to India, and the ranch that was in Oregon had fallen apart, and a bunch of the sannyasins came to live in my house because I'm in Idaho and I'm
Okay.
close by. So I was kind of like living in this hotbed of enlightenment, right? And Osho, near the end of his life, just kept saying, "When I die, all my sannyasins are going to become enlightened."
Uh,
And I was just all naive and I just believed him. And so then one day he died, but he died in the middle of the night, and I woke up in the morning and learned that he was dead.
uh-huh.
And so being all, how could I be so naive? I mean, I just thought, oh, I'm already enlightened, as in it. And so I
Yeah.
just closed my eyes and I looked inside and I was like, oh, nothing's there. So I literally got tricked. And so all these years, the only thing I've known how to wake people up is to trick them. So that's interesting that you say that you kind of have to trick yourself.
Either that or unknowingly see.
Like the little boy out there with his elder who says you don't have to define everything. And then just boom, you could stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like what's between knowing and not knowing?
There you go. That's
That's Emerson.
that's very useful stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's just a way of using language to kind of break up the language.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a pun. So one of the videos that I did that actually turned out to be really popular was non-duality is a lie. Because if you say it's the truth, it's a lie. And if you say it's a lie, it's a lie. That whole circular.
Yeah.
Craziness. I
Yeah.
love puns. All right, so what's between knowing and not knowing? Somehow or another, that just stops you.
Yeah. It actually brings you to clarity. Clarity, that's what's here. So it's just always brings us back to clarity. If if we can see it. The thing is that when it's seen, it's the clarity doing the seeing.
Right?
That's when the person or the idea of the person is no longer there.
Yeah, and I suppose it would be really easy for somebody that really is addicted to defining things to just go crazy on that question.
Yeah.
Like, what's between not knowing and not knowing? Well, there's this and that and that and this, and I can see how it could really almost bring up more thoughts.
Yeah. It it can, and then the person will see that that's what's going on at
Hmm.
some point.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, that's why I just like music.
The arts, the arts are in a way they're a shortcut.
Yeah.
They're they're part of all there is, but it seems like artists, the more often they visit the art realm, uh,
Through mind.
well, if they do it mentally, that's different.
Hmm.
If their art is intellectual,
Hmm.
I would say probably a writer is probably got more difficulty with that than a musician or a painter,
Well, musicians who focus on lyrics would as well
would they?
get stuck in the lyric. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm. Well, hey, if you want to get out of California and come have some fun, come to one of my dance camps.
yeah. In Idaho.
Well, we have them in Idaho and Montana, and I have one happening down in Colorado
Oh, okay.
in July. And it's way up in the mountains in Colorado too, so you'd get out of the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
Well,
dad,
I have a brother in Colorado,
oh, where?
Denver area.
Oh, okay. So this is over, that's the east slope. This is over on the west slope, but
Okay.
kind of high up. Yeah, so my website is mysticdance.com.
Okay.
You can go there and see it. I mean, it'd be really fun to have uh, a co-conspirator at the camp. Yeah, that'd be fun. And man, it just is a magnificent art form. Like lots of times people ask me, they're like, "You're a musician, what do you play?" And I say, "Well, I play people." Because I get them in a circle and I get everybody going.
It sounds like fun.
You know, it's very blissful. It can be very enlivening and
Well,
uh,
blissful's good.
blissful's good. Yeah.
Can't complain about that one.
No, not at all. Especially these days, it's a great respite. It can be a nice respite from worry and stress and
Yeah.
jobs and all those things. So, Well,
Well,
cool.
it
Well,
looks
we've
like
done. I don't want to keep you too long.
it looks like our time is up here.
Yeah, yeah.
So, well, maybe we'll do another one at some point.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. Let's keep in touch.
So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording.
Okay.